Hey guys, it's layout update time. I figure I'd do one of these little layout updates, just a little chit chat here, things that have been going on the layout here instead of running operations as I normally do here. But don't worry, we'll get back to operations. But I figure, what the heck, we'll kind of go over a few little things here on the layout. And just to start out, I know I had a few questions about my little spreadsheet here that I use for my CVs, and people were asking, ooh, can I get a better look at that and whatnot? So I'm gonna try to get this in focus, but here are all the CVs, and these are for Tsunami 2 decoders. So this is pretty much all of my locomotives that are equipped with Soundtrack Tsunami 2 decoders right there. And then I've got a little section right over here for my two Luxsound ESU locomotives from ScaleTrains right there. So hopefully that kind of gives you a better look at it. I'll try to post a picture maybe as a post like that, because like I said, just had a few people commenting on that, asking about CVs and all that. And it's not my favorite thing to do, but you try to keep track of it and everything. So let's go on. Take a little talk about some other stuff that's going on here. So speaking of ScaleTrains, you can see my SD40T-2 over here. I've actually got him disconnected because he was consisted with the other one that's sitting back here. And I don't run these guys a lot, just because they're sort of, you know, I don't know, they don't really fit in with my era here that I'm running. But you know what the heck, I figure I wanted to run this guy, so I actually disconnected him and just played around with a couple of his CDs, mainly just the Momentum CDs, kind of bumped them up a little bit, trying to as best match them to you know, all of my Athearn Genesis and Athearn, well, they're all Athearn Genesis other locomotives there. Not that I have him speed matched, but I do have him kind of at least functioning closer to what I'm used to when I'm running all of my other locomotives. So expect to see him probably in the next operations video. And like I said, he's an older guy there, got the red sill and all that, but hey, you know what the heck, I'm gonna run him anyway. And let's see what else. You know what, I started taking a look at Los Niitos yard here. I hope I say that right, but yeah, listen, I'm a Polak trying to speak Spanish, so give me some slack there. Anyway, I was taking a look at the Google, you know, satellite view and some street views of the actual yard over here. And one of the things they have kind of out in the corner here, sort of on the, what is it, I guess the north end of the yard, they have a bunch of dumpsters and stuff like that. So I started looking online to pick up some dumpsters. And I haven't yet, but I think I'm gonna. But then I thought, you know, well, maybe I could just make my own dumpsters with some styrene. So I started playing around, and as you can see here, you can see the styrene I use for the little platform right there. It's this sort of nice stuff that has what do you call it? Sort of squares into it, so it's easy to break up and cut. And I thought, well, I'll make a dumpster. But then I made this dumpster, and it's not quite the correct size. So it's currently serving as just a temporary, I don't know, storage box over here. One of those things I did. And let's see, what else did I want to talk on? Oh yeah, you know what, weathering track. Somebody actually asked me about doing a video on weathering track. And well, I don't really weather it too much. Well, I guess I do. So let's just start out. First of all, almost all the track is just spray painted. So before I put it down, let's see if I can give you a better look here. Before I put it down, I actually just spray paint it with like a dark brown, and then clean the tops off. So a lot of times the ties and stuff are, you know, it kind of dulls down the glare of the plastic like that. And then different sections, like specifically this little section of main line right here, I come back with just a couple different acrylic paints and, you know, model sort of washes, gray, a couple different shades of brown. It's the rust colors sort of, and I just kind of slather them on there. Let me see if we can give you a good close-up here. And you can kind of see what they look like. You got to fill in that hole right there. But, you know, gives them a little bit of a sort of, I guess, weathered look right here. And I started doing this because, believe it or not, I think I mentioned this way back when I was actually going over that, like, I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. I find it really relaxing just to grab some paints, and it's not a big project, you know, it's just something you can spend a few minutes on just to kind of chill out, let the brain kind of just go after a long day, and just weather a few ties. So I started doing this little section out here, kind of in front of the engine staging area or engine parking area, just because a lot of times I'm down here doing videos like this, and just wanted this little section here to look nice, right? All right, so that's that. Let's pop in here. Ooh, I got a drip. It's been raining in Southern California, which luckily, like I said, it kind of drips right over there. And no, that's not a blood stain. That's like transmission fluid or something. Somebody else mentioned that. So one of the other things, people asked about my fencing. Let's see if I can zoom in right over here. I've got all this different type of fencing that I do. And I've kind of done a video, or at least part of a video, talking about the fencing there. And it's basically the kind of like chicken wire, what do you call it, garden fencing, you know. Here you can see larger sections of it like this, and right back there. And what you do is you just get these big little pieces. There's a little one there in the weeds right there. And of course, I've got all of my fencing along here with the barbed wire up on top. And again, it's just little sections that I cut out. You get some, you know, snippers, whatever. Just cut whatever sections you want like that. The actual fence material is, I forgot what it's called. It's like Thule or something like that. If you go to a craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you can get rolls of it for literally like a couple of bucks. And it's sort of the stuff that they use to make, what is it, like, you know, wedding veils, that sort of thing. But it comes white in a little roll for a couple of bucks. You just kind of cut it off. And you can see I didn't do a very good job right here, but it's actually super glued onto the side of the fence here, and then I kind of spray painted it. This is probably like the first section I think I did right here. Then I kind of gave up and just, I actually spray painted it. Oops, sorry, swinging around here. Spray painted it, you know, before putting it on and stuff like that. Kind of got a little bit cleaner right there. And then, again, for the, oh, come on, focus. So for the actual barbed wire here, same thing. You go over to like a craft store like Michael's, and you go over to the jewelry department, and there's jewelry making, I guess, is a thing. And you know, they have all sorts of different wires and things like that, and you get beads and all that kind of crap. Well, this is one of these little wires, and it's sort of a stranded type wire. Hopefully that focuses in on it right there. But you take that, just wrap it around a pencil, and then just pull it off, and then you can kind of stretch it out, and you just drop it up on top of there. You can see that like on the fence post here, I actually left a little bit sticking out, and you just kind of bend those over, and then that holds the barbed wire right there. It comes out looking pretty good. And like I said, here's another little bit over here. It's basically the same thing again, just a smaller section. You leave a couple of posts at the bottom so that you can stick it into the ground. And then we've just got a couple of, I forgot who makes this, Martin Wahlberg or something like that. You can get little like patches of, you know, bushes, whatever, shrubbery kind of thing. And it's just stuck on there with a little bit of glue, right? Pretty easy stuff to do. And then, you know, just for the background here, that's the same stuff that I use over here on the fence. I just kind of put that right there. It's not even stuck to the ground. And you can see, it comes in a large sheet like this, and you can just kind of cut it. So I cut it into strips and just sort of drop it right there, and it looks like a hedge, right? These walls right here, and this one's kind of glued down right there, but again, that's just a piece of poster board, kind of foam board right there. Just kind of cut it. And mainly it's more for background, so when I'm over here filming, It's just something in the background there that kind of blocks the seam down at the back right here, so you don't really see that. And we got one over here that keeps falling over. There we go. Well, there it is. It's just a simple little piece like that. Again, it's more like these are props up in the background. I know I've spoken about how doing operations videos over here is kind of like doing a play, right? And these are all props in the background, including my buildings there and little bits of shrubbery. Here's another one that doesn't have any flowers on it. Got a couple of them here connected, but just a little thing like that. Toss it back there, and you never know that it's just a little prop back there. It just looks like a hedge off in the background while you're focusing in on the trains coming by. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it for now. Just wanted to kind of touch on some of these things that you know, viewers have been asking me about. Here's another one right here. These aren't the greatest. These are actually I guess they're supposed to be a shrub, right? And they come in these long strips, and they're kind of, it's coiled up because it was actually, that's the way it was wrapped up. And so whatever, I just tossed it in there. We got a coiled up little shrub back there, just kind of hiding the seam back there from where the background drops down to the ground as I'm filming along here, making all these pretty little videos, right? And then this little, I do have to, this is a little bit of a different fence. This is actually from my old layout. Let me see if I can give you a good shot right there. This again is screen that you would use for like a screen door or you know, screen for your window. I had a roll of that, and these are just regular old nails. I kind of like just set the nails down on the ground, cut a strip, super glued this, and made my own little fencing like that. And I did that like years ago. That was way down on my previous layout. So a little recycled stuff right there. So anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna cut it off right here. Talking enough about stuff. Here's another little, again, little piece of old, what do you call that? Like moss type stuff. Recycled from previous layout. Again, one of the older type fences right there made out of nails. And just screen door mesh stuck into the background. All right, guys. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next operations video. As I scoot out of here, let's take a look at that SD40T-2 again, because I'm kind of itching to get him running here again. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later in the next ops video. Take care.